Good afternoon. Working on the Farmall H again. I've already started cleaning up the head a little bit, got rid of all the sludge and did the first 7 valves. I'm just gonna show you what we're dealing with here. So, here's the last one. I'm just gonna pop it out real quick. Everything's real dirty in here. Nothing really wants to move. And getting these valves out has been kind of a challenge. God, if I can even get this one out. Move it back and forth a little bit. There we go. Pretty dirty. Got a whole lot of buildup on the back side of it. And a lot of buildup on the bottom too. So, these valve seats aren't great. There's a lot of pitting, or there's not a lot of pitting, there's a little bit of pitting in every one, and it makes it to where there's not a real great seal. Like, you can really see it in this one. This one, this one, this one. Exhaust, 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 exhaust. So all the exhaust ports have a little bit of pitting in them. The intakes look pretty good. Some of the valves had some pitting in them too. Let me wire wheel this one real quick so I can show you this one. It's got this really hard stuff that's really stuck on the bottom of the valve. It doesn't really look like carbon. I'm not really sure what it is. But it does not want to come off. These almost look like the original valves, so I wonder if that's some kind of byproduct of burning distillate. Man, it does not want to come off of there. Sometimes getting the pick and scratching it. Helps the wire wheel get a bite on it. Okay, so what I've been doing here, let me mark this number 8 real quick. What I've been doing here is see how these valve seats, I don't know if it's zooming or it's focusing, but see how the number 8 valve seat, it's just got real minor pitting and like, I don't know, surface, not really surface rust, but just real minor pitting on the surface. What I did was I put water in the combustion chamber of the head and then just took an air compressor and blew air inside to see if it leaked air around the valves, and it leaked air around every single one of them, likely due to just the corrosion in the seats and also a combination with the corrosion on the valve. So what I've been doing is, this is just a diamond sharpening stone for like knives, just a whetstone. Just put some oil on there to clear out the shavings. Then I throw the valve in the chuck of my drill. Come down here, and then I just eyeball the valve to where it goes to about 45 degrees. You can kind of feel it whenever you're pivoting the drill back and forth. You can feel it where it hits a flat spot, and that's right where you want it. And then I've just been grinding it down. You can see, you can tell your pitch whenever you're looking at the dirty oil on the seat. See, if I go too far down, it makes a real bright spot down at the bottom of the valve. And if I go too far up, it makes a bright spot at the top of the valve. You want to get it to where it's a nice blend right in the middle. So that way you know you're getting an even grind and you're keeping that 45-degree angle. And you're not changing it. Alright, get the rag, clean it off. See, now that I have it polished, you can really see all the little tiny pits in there, keeping us from making a very good seal. So, just go right back at it again. Alright, I don't see any more pitting, so I'm just gonna hold the valve perpendicular to the stone and give us that nice flat edge on the very edge of the valve stack. There we go. And that is one freshly ground valve. Take that, put our spring and our hat back on, put our little keeper clip. You gotta be careful taking these keeper clips off because they have a tendency to go flying across the garage. Believe me, I found that out the hard way. And I still haven't found it yet, so I'm missing 2 for valve 1 and valve 5. Alright. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these valve seats yet. I'm thinking maybe just some coarse lapping compound will take care of it. I'll just stick it through there and stick the other end in the chuck of my drill. And hit it pretty hard with the lapping compound. If not, I'll have to take it to a machine shop and have them regrind the valve seats, which I don't really want to do because that's going to be kind of expensive. So we'll just have to see. It seems like all the guides were in pretty good shape, so it's a good sign. Actually, the intake valves, I can't show you now because I already ground them, but like for number 2 here, let me get a pencil. Right here in the middle of the valve where it was seated up against the seat, there was a big groove worn in it. It made a big U like that. So that's what makes me think that these are the original valves. The valves are also International Harvester, and imprinted with the -D for distillate, which is what this tractor was originally designed to run on. One tip is, if you're trying to do valves and you don't have a valve spring compressor like me, for at least taking the valves off, an easy way to do it is you just take an end wrench that fits over the hat nicely, like so. And then whenever it's in the head, it'll be something like that. All you gotta do is hit it with the hammer, and it'll pop those keepers right out. You gotta kind of watch though, because the keepers can go flying. Not far, but just a little bit. Like, it'll pop out here and land there. I'm not gonna get a valve spring compressor for this project, just because the valve springs are so soft you can just compress it with your fingers and have someone else put the keepers in while you hold it down. We tried a bunch of different ways with C-clamps and putting a bar across here to wedge a wrench in there, but the easiest way is just to push it down with your fingers and have someone else put the keepers in. Good afternoon. We got some valve grinding compound, and we're gonna see if we can get these valves to seal a little bit better. I've already got the first one. Got some compound on it, and we're gonna see what happens here. Alright, back with a flashlight, so maybe you can see in there. Doesn't look too bad. Definitely not a racing engine, but probably do one more round and call it good. Maybe another 2. Let's see how it turns out. Take some more compound. Stick it down the valve guide. This head is so heavy. Here we go. Looks like we got a nice even dull ring that goes all the way around on the valve, so that's good. Let's see what that seat looks like. That light. Looks pretty good. I think I'll call that good for that first valve. I'll go back through after I do all of them and do another water test and see if they leak. Alright, we got that fourth valve lapped. It didn't turn out all that great. Take a flashlight and show you. As you can see, there's still a bit of pitting, but I mean, I don't really think there's a whole lot we can do about that aside from just taking it to a machine shop. Most of the valve seat's okay except for just that spot right on the inside there. It'll probably leak, but it'll be okay. So now we're on to valve number 5, also an exhaust valve. Not a very even wear pattern on this guy. See, there's a little bit of a high spot right there, it looks like maybe. This one looks pretty rough as well. A little bit better, maybe a little bit better than the last one, but not a lot. Give it another pass with the compound. Looks okay. Take a look at it again. Got a nice ring right through that pitting right there, so it might seal. Got a little bit of a ring going through that pitting too, so it might turn out okay. I think that'll be good for that valve. Alright, I've got all the valves back in their respective places. Now, just got the head turned over, put some water in each of the combustion chambers, and we're going to check to see how well we're sealing. Just got the air gun for the compressor. Going to wrap a rag around it to make a somewhat of a seal. And here's the moment of truth. No leak on that one. No leaks on those two. So that exhaust valve is leaking a little bit, but not a lot. That's the one. That's one of them with real bad pitting. And here's the other one with the worst pitting. It leaks quite a bit. Not a whole ton, but whoa. These two intakes are great. And this exhaust is great. Perfect. I think that'll be a-okay. A little bit of an update here. I took the rocker assembly all apart to clean it up, and first of all, after I just went and soaked the whole thing in one piece in gas to start cleaning all the sludge off. And whenever I blew on this tube for the oil that oils all the rockers and everything, I couldn't get any air to go through. And I noticed this has two little keepers here, and one of them this whole shaft slid into. See how it dug a little notch out there? So I used our press and I got it all apart, so now I'm gonna line everything out, line everything up, and put it back together. Probably just going to use witness marks to get it back together. So, hope everything turns out good. Line it up best I can here. Looks about right. Take a piece of wood and our hammer. Just tap it down on there. Alright, there's the first side. Take our little keepers and I will screw them down in there. Oops. They must not have been screwed down all the way for that to happen. Because it was just this one side where it came loose. The other side was fine. Alright, got that snug. Now just take the 7/16. Snug up our jam nut. There we go. That shouldn't go anywhere. And our oil tube still goes there. Good to go on that side. Now, this other side. I'm going to use the press on this side. Move over it a little bit. Get everything all lined up. Should go down in there nice and easy. Looks like that's about where we need to be. Everything's all lined up. got all my parts here laid out in the same order that I took them off. So get this rocker on there first. Move nice and freely. Oh, I almost forgot. Gotta put this guy in there. There we go. That'll be good enough. This guy spins freely. Put a little bit more oil in there. There we go. Next up, we have the little mounting bracket. Throw it on there next. That doesn't quite line up, so I think I'm going to take this back apart and pull this shaft out a little bit. Bigger socket. Alright, we got all the rocker assembly put back on the head. What we ended up doing to get this spring clip back on there is take this 19mm socket. It just barely